is it 3, 2, 1.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hello.
I know he's on his phone. No, you fine, Randy.
Yeah, hello.
Thank you for tuning in from Face to Face with Gerald and Regina, where we give a different perspective on topics with transparency. Basically, we keep it 100.
All the way.
So please, before we get into our topic and our special guests, please like, subscribe, and comment on our YouTube channel, Face to Face with Gerald and Regina. Also, please, you can go to our Facebook page to Face to Face with Gerald and Regina. And then also, it's coming live stream on Dallas On Air. And I just want to give them a shout out. Thank you so much, Radu. The man. And then, they have some, besides our podcast, they have other podcasts that you can look at during the week. So shout out to Dallas On Air, So I'm excited. I'm really excited. We have special guests. And before I turn it into the hands of Gerald to introduce them, I know normally every podcast we do a business shout out. Normally when we have special guests, I just want to kind of put that out there. When we have special guests, we normally don't do the advertising. So the next time, hopefully the next time that when we have our podcast, which is 2 weeks from now, we'll do our business promos, and then we're going to try to, have different, people as business, so we can shout out your business. And then also on our face-to-face page, if you want your business shouted out on our podcast, please message us. And we don't have a problem, reaching out. Of course, we had to confirm it, but we don't have a problem with reaching out and just shouting your business out. So today is hot in Dallas.
It's very hot.
Very hot.
It's very hot.
And I know we have people looking at us from different states and countries, but it is very hot here in Dallas.
Oh,
but
yes.
You know what? The mothers of the church used to say, hell is hot.
It's hot. Hell is hot.
It's hot.
So why you want to volunteer yourself to go?
So, without further ado, I am going to put you in the hands of our illustrious host, Gerald.
All right, y'all, listen here. Check this out. While we finish all the clowning and acting and stuff like that, because we just like to have fun, y'all. We just like to have fun because you can be saved and love God and have fun too at the same time. That's just what we believe. That's what I believe. That's what she believes. So that's why we connected and made this happen. But anyway, we have two guests here all the way from Alabama, all the way from Motown, Mobile, Alabama. Mobile, Alabama.
Nice.
And they are going to be connected through Zoom. Listen here, I just basically told them to relax and be ready to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the buck naked truth. I mean, that's just the only way I know how to deal with stuff. That's the only way Miss Regina know how to deal with stuff. But yet and still, we definitely going to be respectful towards anybody, that chooses to listen to us. That's all across the world. That's in other countries, stuff like that. But we just believe in telling the truth. Sorry, we just believe in telling the truth. Yeah. And you got anything else before you want to?
No, that's basically it. I mean, and then I was like, we have people from other countries, and we just try to make it simple, and then we also have people that are believers and they're non-believers. So we try to make it as plain as we can.
Most definitely.
So I think that's it.
That's it.
Let me bring them on.
Let's do it to it.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Let's rock and roll.
Perfect video.
And do you want to go over the topic, or do you want them to what the topic is today?
Yeah, you can talk about the topic. That's fine.
Oh no, the topic is the blood still works.
The blood.
The blood still works. Okay, here we go. Woo-hoo! The blood. Oh wow.
That's what they be doing. That's what they be doing when they be in the pool pitch. All right, y'all. I'm just
All right, he
clowning.
clowning around.
I know what the woman of God. You ain't never seen me act like that. You've always seen me so spiritual and so deep and calm and relaxed. But when I come out the spirit, I just be Gerald.
Yeah.
All the time, I don't get a chance to do that. But when I do it, I have fun. All right.
That's it.
All right. So were you able to get the notification so you can share it with your friends?
Yes.
Okay, got you. All right. So we're gonna start with Miss Regina. You got any questions?
Yeah, I have tons of questions.
Okay.
But the first question I have, and I always ask married couples, especially saved Christians, believers, how do you balance being married and then also being in ministry? How do you balance that?
He said, "Do you want to?"
Either or, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Well, first of all, when you are married, the Bible says that the man is the head. So even at home, even though I have authority in the kingdom, but at home, I'm his wife.
Yes.
At home, I'm Tameka. So.
Come on, Tameka. Come on out with it. Come on, say it. Tell us a little bit more. I know there's more in there. Come on.
You know, at home, I'm Tameka. There's no titles at home.
That's right.
He's not Minister elect at home. He's Cleveland or baby.
That's
I'm
right.
not
That's right.
apostle at home. I'm baby all the time to him.
Yeah.
And when we're at church, we do what we do at church and still keep it balanced and level. And at home, I honor him still at home.
Yes.
He's my husband.
Yes.
So it's like I come down to me, you know, I come down. I'm not over him. I'm not in charge at home. I'm the wife at home. And that's where a lot of people clash.
Yes.
Come on here.
You try to bring church in the house. You try to bring your title in the house, and you can't do that because I'm a lady. First of all,
that's right.
And I'm gonna be a lady at home. I'm Tameka at home.
That's right.
And I like to laugh, play, and jank at home.
Yeah.
So whatever go on up in the house, it stays in the house. And when it's time for that title to arise, we prepare and prep ourselves.
That's right.
To become minister and on the outside. But at home, I like to be called baby. At home, I like to be called sugar mama. At home,
yes.
I like to be his caramel drop.
Come on in here.
I see that smile.
Come on in here. Come on in here. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
So at home, I'm Tameka. I'm his wife. I'm not the head. He is.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I think that with everyone that views our podcast, it's good to, people need to know that, that there really needs to be a balance. And like you said, at church, you're apostle. And then at home, you just Tameka, you baby. You care about that. So people need to. And then there's a blessing when you're being obedient.
That's right.
To your, to your husband, and then vice versa. So that was one of the questions that I have. I didn't know, Gerald.
Well, I mean, I think that's a great thing that that when y'all are at home, you're just Tameka and he's Cleveland.
Right.
And that's the way it should be. And that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
And we're gonna deal with the topic in a minute. But that's the way that it should be, because I'm just gonna say it and I'm gonna keep it real. You don't want to come home and be boring.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to come home and be boring, because I don't know about y'all, but me as a prophet, sometimes too much spiritual, it'll get on my nerves.
Right.
Too much.
You don't want to be so holy that you ain't no earthly good.
Yeah.
You ain't no earthly good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And women that's in the ministry, they need to know it's a certain kind of dress you need to dress at home too.
Come on here.
You can't have on your your cloak and all that at home.
Yeah.
Spiritual attire at
Stuff.
home. You need to have another attire.
That's
Yes.
right.
Be pleasing to your husband.
That's
So
right.
I like being called caramel drop at home.
Aw.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You can't be all out in public showing your stuff, and
No.
then you go home and you want to try to cover up at home. No, it don't work like that. No, it don't work like that. Hold on, give us a second. We coming back.
Sorry, I got technical difficulty. We'll bring it back on screen. They can still hear you.
Okay, so y'all can still hear us. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'll bring the video back. Sorry.
All right. Man of God, you want to respond to that?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I first of all, I just want to give all glory and thanks to God for
Yes.
the opportunity
Yes.
to be able to share something on this podcast.
Yes, sir.
And hoping that's something that we may share would be a blessing to someone else that would cause someone to change from negative to positive.
Yes.
Someone to have a closer connection with God. Some change.
Yes.
for the better. But to respond to what my wife says, it's good to have a balance at home and have a sense of humor.
That's right.
Have a sense of humor. I like to keep her laughing, smile on her face.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah,
So,
that's the way it should be.
That's
Yeah.
the way it should
So
be.
it's good to have a sense of humor as well.
That's right. That's right. And that's exactly the way it should be. I think now you want to deal with the topic now?
Yeah, you want to.
All right. Let's deal with the topic. Can y'all still hear us?
Yes.
Okay. Let's deal with the topic, and I say and let us know how the blood works, how it did work, or how it's working in y'all marriage. Is that okay?
Correct.
All right.
Amen. The blood still works. It has to work when you're combined it together.
Mm-hmm.
Because just like we learned in marriage counsel, that when two beings are combining together,
That's right.
Yeah.
so that somewhere somebody gonna get frustrated because you joining together and that's pain. We learned that in marriage counsel.
That's good stuff.
The blood still gonna work even while you combine it together. Because first of all, it was the attraction. Second of all, it was the spirit. And third of all, we got to come together as a whole. And the blood had to continue to work. But you know, it said if you put the blood on your doorpost, the death angel have to pass over.
That's what the word said.
We wanted the blood to continue to be over our marriage so that everything could flow and be in order according to the word of God.
That's right.
And when it does that, when you put the blood on anything, everything has to come subject to wherever you put the blood to.
That's
The
right.
death angel have to pass over, but the blood still working and it's gonna continue to work. And it had to work from the beginning when we decided to come together as one.
Oh, that's good.
Also the blood, you know, the death angels symbolize negative things that will slowly die. You know,
Okay.
things of jealousy that will deteriorate the happiness that's in the marriage. Things that brings about different strikes.
Yes,
That
sir.
would cause things to come more negative and slowly die as you deteriorate. So when you got the blood covered, that means you're covered. You got the blood
I
covered.
feel something right there.
And when you know you
I feel something.
no matter what,
Yes, Lord.
no matter where you go or where you be among in the spirits, you know you're covered.
Yes.
You know, and you know who you are. And who
Yes,
you
sir.
are,
Talk,
you know,
sir.
in your home. So no matter what anybody say about your wife,
I felt that.
you know your wife, and you know we come. So I don't entertain those things that come either what he or she, what they may say. Or
That
what
part,
he may
yep.
say, what she say. No, I don't entertain that. I'm not gonna bring that. Let that into my spirit.
That's right.
You know, because I know the blood is covered. And
That's
we're
right.
covered under the blood. So in other words, whatever in the blood that washes us and causes us in our marriage to be clean and be balanced and be clear and be pure, that's where we need to continue on staying in prayer and keep the connection of the pureness going, keep the connection of the love going, keep connection and honeymoon going.
All right
Boy,
now.
look at the Lord.
I know.
Look at the Lord. Boy, she over there loving it. Boy, she over there in hog heaven. She love to hear you talk like that, man. God.
Yes.
She love to hear you talk like that. No, go ahead on. You good.
Nah, I'm
She
enjoying
love
it.
She love to hear you talk like that, and there's nothing wrong with that.
So,
You gonna get a surprise later on, but I'm gonna leave that alone. You gonna get a prize later on, cause
gosh.
I'm gonna leave that alone. You gonna get a prize later on. Yeah, you gonna get a prize. But we don't stop. We gonna mess with that. But you're definitely right, and I did not mean to interrupt you. And please forgive me for interrupting you. You can proceed. I'm sorry, man of God.
yeah, I just want to share with podcasts and other listeners out there that think about getting married or in a marriage. The main thing is, have this in mind of, not being so serious.
I like that. Yeah.
Have a sense of humor, knowing that, knowing who you are and whose you are and who you have, as y'all begin to bond.
Yeah.
And to having prayer together, more prayer, more power. And main thing is keeping God in the head of it, because God do have a sense of humor.
He do.
And that's where we all get it from.
That's right. Oh yeah, she loves
we
that.
keep on to keep him in the head of it. Keep him in the forefront of it.
That's
No matter
right.
where we go, what we do, take the Lord on with us.
That's right.
No matter what we do, no matter where we may get involved in.
That's
keep
right.
him first.
Yes, sir.
And let him guide us.
Yes.
To the best way of handling anything, or doing anything. So this main thing is to have a strong prayer life.
Yes.
No, I
Most
agree.
definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Build a relationship.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking when she was talking, she had basically said marriage counseling. In the beginning.
Y'all don't want to do that.
And I think it's key also, especially when you're joining into one, you're being equally yoked.
That's right.
I do believe in marriage counseling before.
That's right.
Before the ceremony. So you see, how, yeah. So, I mean, I really appreciate you saying that with the marriage counseling, because I think that's key in the beginning. So you see, what likes and dislikes you have, or what has happened in the past, and what so you can nip things in the bud.
That's right.
So yeah.
That's right.
But when we started out, he had been single for quite some time, and I had been single for quite some time. So everything was new and fresh. And we just wanted to do everything right.
Exactly. No,
And that's the way you should do it.
Yep.
Right.
So if you don't mind, woman of God, let me switch gears a little bit. And I said, I know you stay ready. You always ready. And from what I'm understanding, you're an author, right? And you're a preaching machine, right? And you somebody's mama, right? You somebody's mama, you somebody's sister, right? So tell them, how can they order your book?
Well, the book is on Amazon, and you can type in the search bar, "Why Are You So Mad When God Is So Good?" And it'll pop right up. And the book, I dedicated the book to my children, and my grandmother instilled a lot in me, a lot of wisdom in me as I was growing up. But a lot of people don't know why they mad. It come from past pains and hurts, and they keep holding on to it. But when you want to declare your happiness and know how to stick with it and keep it, that's what the book is basically titled off of. Why are you so mad when God's so good? And the Bible declares, "Oh, taste and see how good the Lord is."
Yes. Yes.
Hey, that right there make me run, jump, shout, buck.
Thank you. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that book right there. So I believe, and if I'm right in what I'm hearing by the Spirit, that this book helped you to get prepared for Him.
It did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that book helped you to get prepared for him because you know in the spirit realm, you know, we have to go get stuff straightened out. You know,
Right.
so we can get ready for the next stage. All right, let me pull out of that because this ain't the prophetic hour.
Yeah.
But I feel my gift. I feel my gift flowing. I feel my gift flowing. But we'll say that for another show. I just feel my gift turning, and it's turning in my spirit. So I'm gonna pull out of that. Cause we just gonna be Gerald. We're not gonna be Prophet Gerald. We're gonna leave that alone because I know it don't take much for y'all to get stirred up.
Yeah.
So it don't. You say Jesus a couple of times, y'all ready to run and jump and shout. That's just how y'all is. But we're gonna leave that alone. But I believe that somebody out there needs your book, and that's why I wanted to say that because here at Face to Face we're all about promoting.
Yes.
We're all about promoting and helping one another and pushing gifts, stuff like that. That's the apostolic in us. Pushing gifts and giving people advertising and exposure, stuff like that. So and I'm probably going to order one of your books so we can, and we can push it. We can push it some more. Yeah. And yeah. Let me stop. Go ahead on. Go ahead on, Miss Regina.
I'm a great, I work in customer service, and then when people call in with their problems, I'm a good listener, and I hear. And one key thing that you said was when you guys met each other, he was single. You were single. And I was just talking to Gerald about just dating or courting in general, and I would say some of the men, now I wouldn't say all, there's multiple women involved when you meet, like when you're trying to. So I really appreciate what, like you were saying, that you were single, he was single, and you guys were open. No games were being played. You guys were ready. Just to come, what I'm saying? So I really appreciate that. And I just really appreciate you guys just being on here because I do believe that those that are listening, that they're going to get something out of it. And definitely want to push the book. But even with your husband speaking, thank you so much.
That's what I want.
Thank you so much, both of you guys. But thank you so much because I do feel that someone needs to hear it, especially with dating and courting, and we had a topic on that, to date or to court, so I didn't know if you wanted to.
And and the reason, let me say this, and I say this respectfully, the reason why I wanted to hear him more, because you're in the forefront, and I say that respectfully, definitely not talking about nobody because one woman got you up more than you up speaking, preaching everywhere, all across the city, all across the country, all across the world, stuff like that. And I said nowadays you got men in relationships for some strange reason they backing up. They back up and they don't want to say nothing. And and I said if I'm wrong, y'all correct me. And men nowadays they don't want to say nothing, and then when they get accused of being jellyback, they get mad. They get mad, but then I'm like, well, that's what you're doing. But I said, but at the same time, I definitely don't see that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't see that here. I ain't supporting. No, I don't see that here.
Definitely don't see that in him. No. Definitely not in the man of God. No.
He has been a deacon for over 25 years.
See, yeah.
So ministry is already in him.
Yes.
Oh, it's already in him. Yeah.
Yeah. So now he's shifting over to become, preparing for his initial sermon. But God knew what he was doing. He knew I didn't need a jellyback. I didn't need nobody that was going to be jealous. I needed somebody that was going to help and
say that.
Help and push.
Yeah.
In every area. And that's what he does. Even from day one, it was no jealousy nowhere. It was just like, wow, God really blessed me with you.
Yeah.
But that's the way it should be.
I know the feeling.
It should be like that. It should be like that. So, oh my God.
Also, I want to share that as I push her, I'm pushing myself. As I encourage her, I'm encouraging myself.
See, that's
yes.
Whatever I do to uplift her, I'm uplifting myself.
Yes.
Because
I don't think she knew that.
So when they hear, they see me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when they see her, when they see me, they see her.
That's right.
For,
And that's
for
where it should
reflection,
be.
yeah.
So that's why I encourage her that whatever you do, we represent each other.
Mm.
That's right.
And just like we represent Christ, we represent each other. You know, when they see Miss Morgan, they see Miss Morgan. See Miss Morgan, see Miss
That's right.
Morgan.
Oh yeah, he got it.
But when I was single, I used to share with young women. They always talk to me about how can they get a good man and have a good relationship. I said, first of all, your first relationship is with the Lord.
Yes.
That part.
That's the first relationship. When
That's
you
right.
get any human being, the first relationship is with the Lord.
That's right.
Because anybody knows you.
That's right.
He knows you.
Yes,
That's right.
he does.
If you let him, if you trust him.
Mm-hmm.
So that first relationship is to build a relationship with him first.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows your every desire.
Yes, he does.
He knows it.
Your ups and where's your downs. He knows your ins, where's your outs.
Mm-hmm.
So once you build a relationship with him and allow yourself to be manifested in him,
Mm-hmm.
then he will send what's right for you.
That's right.
Because the word says when a man findeth a wife,
Yeah.
He finds a good thing.
Good thing.
Ooh, I got to say something about that.
And he obtained the favor.
Hold on, man of God. Hold on, man of God. Now, see, you done started something.
Favor.
You done started something because a lot of these women, they running around here chasing men.
Mhm.
And these women, you ain't got no. See,
that's where they are. Or that's our
Ain't
point.
me.
you ain't got no business chasing no man.
Yeah.
No.
Or getting down on one knee. Ooh.
Mm-mm,
Yeah.
That ain't how it go.
Now Satan, in any way he can to turn the word or twist the word.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He does that.
Right.
Because he attacks the mind.
Mm-hmm.
He don't tax the heart, not the body. He tax the mind.
Mm-hmm.
And once you cut the head out, the body collapses. You
That's
attack
right.
the mind. So when you build your relationship with the Lord
All right, preacher.
and build that mind up spiritually,
Mm.
and you be able to think clear, you be able to manifest more in what the Lord is saying, because God put the man on the hunt.
Hmm. A hunter. He a hunter.
Mm.
Yeah.
He a hunter.
And God,
I like that.
man, let God guide him. He will guide him
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
to where his heart desires.
Boy,
Yes.
y'all gonna have a party tonight.
Watch your tone, babe. Watch your tone.
Boy, y'all gonna have a party tonight. He sound like he ready to tune up. He feeling some glory right there. He sound like he finna tune up. He said, "Watch your tone, baby. Watch your tone."
Watch your tone, babe.
She gonna pull your coattail like the old preachers used to do. You start getting too far, they pull your coattail.
Yeah.
You get too far out there, they want you to reel it back in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead on, man of God.
I heard his tone.
Oh, no, it just staying connected
Yeah.
Yes.
with the Lord.
Yeah.
Just staying connected with the Lord and learning God's way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because so much is going on in the world today.
Mm.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
with technology, with all sorts of things going through the school system, you be so distracted
Yeah.
and irritated and activated, frustrated. But if you don't spend time,
Mm-hmm.
you got to sacrifice and spend time in the Word of God. You got to spend time with the Lord. If you don't take the time to spend time with Him in His Word, then you will miss out on what God has in store for you. You will miss out on what God has laid up for you.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Because His will be done with or without you.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. So,
So it's good to learn
good God,
what your purpose is in life. It's good to learn to realize that this thing ain't about you.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
It's about Him, and praying that His will be done for your life.
mm.
So I tell people the main thing is in your prayer life. I always pray that, God, I pray that your will be done for my life. That your will be done to your glory, that you be glorified in every way.
That's right.
You know, and the main thing is to once you learn God's way, God will show you you.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And you get to learn more about
Like that.
yourself.
Show you
You
you.
took the words out of my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's a higher level of knowing whose you are.
Right
Once
there.
you know who you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth because that's exactly what that was exactly what was in my spirit that, you know, it's a lot of times when we want to date, when we want to be in a relationship, or when we want, the opposite sex, you want the opposite sex, meaning like you want a male friend, you want a woman, she want a male friend, a guy want a girlfriend, and they want to, work up to something. You got to, especially if y'all gonna do it God's way, you have to be willing to pray and ask God to show you what's in you.
Yeah.
Show you the nasty thing that's in you, the stuff that God is not pleased with, and be ready to get your feelings hurt, because God gonna show you, then He gonna tell you the truth.
Right.
He gonna tell you something that you don't like, and we gonna go to the phone lines in a few minutes. But I wanna say this: the last time, I think that was the last time when I came to hear. Tameka, when I came to Atlanta to hear you preach, me and Vernetta, we came to hear you preach in Atlanta. You told me something, and what you told me, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't like it. When I left, I probably caught a little attitude with you, but I know you told me.
Right.
That's what she said. She said, brother, let me tell you something. She told me like this, man of God. She said, brother, let me tell you something. You know I love you. You know I love you. You're a good dude. You anointed. God's hands is on your life for real. She said, but you gonna have to get delivered from people. She said, when you get delivered from people, God will start giving you ideas and strategies. God, he'll start navigating you around, and he'll start exposing you to certain things that you had been praying for. And I'll be honest with you, that's what God did, because I had to literally get to a point to where I didn't care what people had said.
Yeah.
I didn't care what people were thinking. You see what I'm saying? I didn't care how people felt about what I was doing in my personal life, what I was doing ministry, what I was doing business wise. I had to get to that point, because I'll be quite honest with you. I have my hands on a lot of things. Some stuff people don't know, and some people stuff they do know. But it was a lot of stuff. It began to irritate me. But I had to. But God put a word in her mouth and told me that, and it made me mad. But at the same time, she was telling me the truth. Right. She told me the truth. From that day forward, my life had changed. So
but the thing that's good for you may not feel good.
That's right, for real. The thing that's good for you.
God comes with correction, and you may not like it, But in the end,
That's right. That's right. And I think we go.
I wanted to let tell Miss Regina something.
Yes.
And I waited 5 years. I was married previously, but it only lasted 60-something days. But I told God back then in 2018, I wrote a letter to the Lord, and I stuck it in Proverbs 18:22. But I was single all that time, 5 years. Wasn't nobody calling my phone. Wasn't nobody coming by. And had a different traffic over here. I wanted to just be shut down, so when my husband do arrive,
yes,
I don't have to worry about nobody, annoying me. I won't stop calling me. I won't stop trying to pop up at my house and this and that. And when I sat down and was obedient to God, then out of the blue, because I wasn't expecting. And when he came, when I seen him, I said, "Oh, I know who you are." Then I had an out-of-body experience because he came pick me up for a date. I'm in the car, but my body's still on the porch. An out-of-body experience. And I told him when we drove down the street, I said, "I'm still on the porch." And he looked at me like, "This lady ain't crazy."
You're crazy. Trying to have a good time.
But I had an out-of-body experience because the manifestation of my prayer and what I wrote down on paper, it came to pass. So I just wanted to tell you, Miss Regina, since it's in your spirit not to want to date or start quoting somebody, write it down.
Yes.
Stick it in your Bible and continue to pray. And God will send you what you need. Because if you are a minority woman like myself, doing different things, you need somebody that's going to have your back.
Exactly.
And
yes,
you need
ma'am.
somebody that's going to push you and encourage you and take care of things when you can't, and then just have your back 100%.
Yes.
You don't need an average Joe.
Ooh,
got to
we were
be
just talking about
very-
that.
We
Yes.
were just talking about that.
We were talking about that before you even, he even, yeah.
Yeah, we
We were
were
just
just
talking.
talking about that.
I really appreciate it. Right now I am single, and kind of fearful, because I was married twice. I put it out there. The first time I got married young, and I had 2 kids. My second marriage, it was abusive, and I had to get out of it. Now, because I asked God for a greater discernment, and He's definitely given me that. So when I am being approached, I already know. I'm like, nah, I'm like, mm-mm. I know what He wants. I'm being transparent. I'm like, nah, that's not happening here.
Yeah, for real.
Or there's a wife.
Yeah.
There was one time, and I had shared it with Gerald real quick. I had met this guy, and we were spending time together, and something told me, you need to check his Facebook page. And I was like, And I know I'm with the Holy Spirit. And I was like, but he here all the time. So long story short, married. He is separated.
It's crazy.
But if you separated, I always tell people you're still married. So I had ended up approaching him with it, because in the beginning I asked a lot of questions. Also being prayerful minded, but I was asking questions, and he lied. So I know it was nothing but the Spirit of God to tell me. And then it was weird because God directed me to what she looked like.
Wow.
And then when I went, I was like, wow. So, of course, we came around again. I let her know, hey, I didn't appreciate that. And, I'm separated. No, you're still married. There's a chance that, and I was seeing that. I was like, he gonna get back with his wife. I was like, no, that's not gonna, I don't do that. I'm not a third party. We're not gonna do that here. Yeah, so I let him know, no, we can't, no. Because I really, God was showing me him getting back with his wife, and I'm like, no. And I always tell females, even if they're separated, just leave them alone, because they're still technically married, and you never know. People are not honest. Guys will say they're separated, or even females, and they're still married. So, but I really appreciate, that. And I'm going to start doing that, just writing things down. But I just been kind of to myself and a little fearful, because I don't want to go through the same thing I went through with, my last marriage. But then I'm not trying to hold the next guy that he sends hostage or baggage. So right now, I'm looking at the man in the mirror. I'm looking at me, and I'm asking God just to take out anything that's not like him, and just show me. Because how are you going to send somebody and I'm still not right?
That's right.
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 And that's why you got to write.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right and wait.
Yeah,
That's
right and
right.
wait. I like that. Right and wait.
Right
Yes,
and wait.
ma'am.
That's right. That's right.
That's why the blood still works.
I was
Yes,
just gonna say
ma'am.
that. I was just going to say that.
Something happened to my husband when he was younger. He never told it, but I wanted to tell it because that's when God started dealing with him after this happened.
Well, I was in high school. I think I was in the 10th grade, and we had this. I was in ROTC, and we went on a trip to Fort Rooker. I think it's in Birmingham, and I had some. Didn't realize I had enemies. Just when you're quiet. People always want to mess with the quiet ones because I was quiet. I was going to pick on the quiet ones. So the guy, he pushed me in the pool, and didn't realize I was kind of tall, so it was a 6 feet pool. So I stood up in that pool, and I got out the 6 feet pool, and I knew it. You ever watch the cartoon show? When you see the angel pops up on the right side and the devil pops up on the left. God always come first.
That's right.
And the devil comes second. So that's why I say go with your first mind, because the angel always tell you first.
Yes.
When all of a sudden the devil come back and tell you something different. So it's good to follow your first mind.
That's right.
So some just told me go around to the 12 feet water, and when I got around to the 12 feet water, I looked in the water, and when I looked in the water, it looked like steps. You know, when I stepped out in the water, sat down, put feet in the water, it looked like steps. So when I looked in the water, it looked like steps. So I thought that it was steps. So when I stood up, didn't realize it was slanted. And when I stood up, I slipped. When I slipped, I went to the bottom. And as more, I began to open my mouth to holler for help. More water went in my body, and more water, and my body got heavy. So when it was full of water, and it began to sink to the bottom. And when I went to the bottom, I was gone. I was gone. And all I can remember is it had nobody been but God, because I remember being up on a hill with pretty green grass and a clear blue sky. It's like I can touch the sky. I'm just waving. Like I touched the sky. So I'm thinking it was a glimpse of heaven, because it went, hey. So next thing I knew, I was on the side of the pool. The people standing all around me.
Wow.
And I'm assuming that someone had gave me CPR.
Wow.
And they had called, before they gave me CPR, they had called the ambulance for the ambulance to come to get me. And then when the guy was giving me CPR, I never did come to. So when I never did come to, they pronounced that I was dead. And they called to the hospital to cancel the ambulance. But God yet still sent the ambulance anyway.
Wow.
And when I did come to, well, God sent me back, because I guess he wasn't ready for me, so he sent me back, because my eyes came open. And when my eyes came open, people are standing around me, so I was feeling fine. I was getting ready to get up, and everybody tell me, don't move. So when the ambulance came, they put me on this flat board, strapped me down, put me in the ambulance, and took me to the hospital, and I enjoyed the ambulance ride. Took the on my face. And when I got to the hospital, this doctor walked up and he looked at me, and how I know that I was dead and gone, because he said that they called and said you was dead. And I looked at him, I said, dead? He said, yeah, they said you was dead. And first out of my mouth was, thank God. And the doctor said, yeah, thank God.
Yes.
So from that day, God began to come in my life even more.
Yeah.
Let me know that, yes, I truly say I once was dead, but now I'm alive. I can say that. And I once was lost, but now I'm found.
All right now.
I can say that. Because so from that day forward, I fell in love with Sunday school. Because I learned so much in Sunday school, it taught me a lot about myself.
Yes.
You know, and I began to study more. And that was the beginning of a relationship I began to have with the Lord.
Wow.
I'm like.
I'm not gonna say nothing, because I could go pretty deep.
I was we about to have church right here in a minute. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna open the phone lines if you guys don't mind, because I'm looking at the time, but I'm like, I'm like him. We are opening up the phone lines for anyone that would like to call if they have any questions for our guests.
Your friends.
The phone number is 469-708-8609. So if you want to call in and make a comment.
That's right.
Okay. If you want to encourage anything, just call in.
That's right. They want to call in. The number is toll free, and they can call in and make a comment. I was about to say you might want to call in and rebuke somebody. But, please don't. Please don't do that, because this prophet that's in me will come alive, and you're probably not gonna like it. You're probably not gonna like that. Probably not gonna like that. It's kind of stirred up right now.
Yeah.
So, but God really has His hands on your life, man of God.
Yes.
And I can definitely tell, and I can definitely sense that by the Spirit. Don't know you, I've never met you before. I've been around your wife maybe twice, I was at her affirmation. I was the prophet that she called on when she was getting ready to get affirmed as an apostle. And I went to her preaching in Atlanta, and she's been the same ever since. No difference. She's a really great friend. God has His hands on her life as well, and I truly thank God for you coming into her life and being who you are for her and being who you are to her. I promise you that's why she be grinning ear to ear.
Yeah.
I promise you that's why she be grinning ear to ear. She just be laughing. She just be laughing, just giggling, bubbling. But that's all right. That's how God do it, man.
Yes.
That's how God do it.
It should flow.
It should flow just like
flow.
that.
You're gonna have your moments, but it should flow. I mean,
Exactly. And the phone lines are still open, y'all. And if y'all want to call in and give y'all friends a shout, give y'all friends a shout out. I know some of your members are watching, and some of y'all members are watching. Y'all want to call in and give y'all pastor a shout out, or anything like that, or maybe y'all want to give somebody a shout out. Y'all want to give y'all leaders a shout out. Y'all can do that right now. Y'all want to say anything to anybody, y'all can do that right now. Y'all want to call them by name, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my pastor, John Fitzgerald Payne, a senior. Shout out to him and the New Day family.
That's right.
Okay, I was going to ask you the name of the church, New Day Family.
Yeah,
okay.
the New Day family, New Day Ministry Church.
Okay. What about you, woman guy?
I wanted to give a shout out to my Apostle Corey Thomas and the PIC ministry, and also our upcoming new ministry, Rebirth Apostolic Ministry.
All right.
Okay. That's good. I know one thing about it is, one thing, I tell people that's in ministry, that's starting something or just getting ready to start back, don't be scared to hit the streets. I know that ain't your problem.
That's true. Yeah.
That ain't your problem. You ain't scared to hit nobody's streets and go preach or get everybody saved. That I say, and if he with you, and I'm sure that's his spirit. That's his spirit. His spirit is like that as well. Street ministry is very relevant when you're trying to start a ministry, when you're trying to start a church, or you're doing anything. You're trying to do anything great for God. If you want to, have some type of impact, hit them streets.
Hit them streets, yeah.
Hit them streets. Get them folks saved. Go and encourage them folks outside the wall that don't know nothing about God. They don't even look like church.
That's it.
Yeah.
The phone lines are still open. So if anybody still want to call in, or Miss Virginia, you got another question?
Oh yeah. Another question I have many of them here, but okay. So this one is: what characteristic or trait do you most appreciate from each other? I got some good questions.
I appreciate her love and her personality.
Yeah.
Great personality and her realism.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Her love. She loved hard.
Yeah.
Love hard. I appreciate that. I love her spirit. Yeah.
And I love about him, he is, I grew up without my father in the house. So he makes me feel like a princess and queen.
Yeah.
He's putting a crown on that little girl. Growing up without my father, and he straightens my crown. So I love that he can do both without even knowing it.
Oh, that's
God
good.
has blessed me with a provider and a covering at the same time.
Yeah. I like that
And
covering.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that about him. And he wouldn't be able to cover me with a jelly bag.
Yeah.
Yes.
He had to be stronger than me. He don't even know. He's stronger than me in the gospel. I may have a title that's ranked above him, But in this gospel, he had to be over me, you know?
Yeah.
And the love that he showed towards me, that's what I've been waiting on forever. But just growing up without a dad and without that, you know, that father figure, he do all that. And that's what I love the most. And I tell him that he is my breath. You know how fish will be out the water for so long? It started doing all that, acting up, wiggling, get an attitude. I need him to check on me every day. And he do it. He do it all the time. I know he have to work, this, that, and third, but I told him I need him. He's my lifeline. And that's how I know that God sent him.
Yeah, I was
because
gonna say,
if it wasn't God, I wouldn't feel like I'm without oxygen when you can't talk. But I love how he makes me a princess and a queen at the same time.
And on that note, I said, to God be the glory.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're a smart man. That's how you do that. You're a smart man. See, and that's what I be trying to tell these knuckleheads. I said, man, listen here, you talk too much. Just take what she said and go on about your business. You talk too much, man. You want to sit there and argue with this woman. You want to sit there and do all this other stuff and try to show out. And you know when you get home behind them closed doors, what's going to happen? You ain't going to have none of that energy, all that bass in your voice. It's going to be gone. See, I'm smart. I'm smart. Leave that alone. Leave that alone. Don't even say nothing. See, you're smart, but leave that alone. Don't even say nothing. Let it go. But that's the blessing. And I like what you said. I said both ways. I like what you said. And you said that you grew up without your father. And the blessing in that is you're not trying to make him pay for what your father did.
Exactly. Yeah.
Where your father dropped the ball, where he just wasn't around or either whatever it is, I don't want to know. Right. You're not trying to make him pay for that. Where the love was lost. Where you wasn't taught how to be affection. You know now you know. But I said, but it's certain areas, in that, where you didn't know how to shift your mind. Yeah. You're not trying to make him pay for that. And that's what I believe that's what's lacking in a lot of relationships. Yeah. They want to try to make the man. Yeah. Or they want to try to make the woman, pay for certain things, or try to make the man pay for certain things that happened in their last marriage and what happened in their past relationships. So what? That ain't got nothing to do with me. What you need to do is get healed and delivered.
Delivered, yes.
Get delivered all the way, not halfway. Get delivered all the way from that mess before you try to bring it over here.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I just love how God he just knows how to feel in that void, and he sure does.
He definitely know how to.
He knows how to feel it. I'm the opposite. I actually. And that could be some of the problem. I know I grew up with my dad in the home, so I got to see how he treated my mom. He was a provider, He was showing, and I was included too, how to paint, how to do this, a mechanic, everything. So it's like now, if I do meet somebody, I always compare them, and I'm like, well, I don't think I should be doing that. I compare them to my dad. My brother's the same way. He raised my brother the same way. So it's like I look at my dad and my brother as that's how a man needs to be, a provider. With my brother praying, he was a covering. The same with my dad. So I think I'm a little spoiled in that area, and then whoever comes in my life, it's like, okay, you're not like my dad, or so. I really appreciate that you answering that truthfully.
Again, woman of God, if they need to order your book, how can they order it?
They can go to Amazon Prime and go to the search bar and put in "Why You So Mad When God Is So Good," and they can, just click buy now and not add to the cart.
Gotcha.
Just click buy now.
Gotcha.
Now, okay.
Gotcha. Is there anything else before we move forward?
No, I think that's it.
Okay.
No, I have more questions, but we'll be here all day. I didn't want to do that because I enjoy just
Yeah.
I just enjoy listening
Yeah.
to both of you guys. You guys are an encouragement
Yeah.
to married couples and then those in ministry. So no, that's it for now.
And I said, for those that are listening and looking, they ain't even been married that long, y'all. They ain't even been
You
married
can't
that
even
long.
tell. Yeah,
You can't even tell. How long y'all been married? 5 minutes?
tell.
I was married 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't been married that long, y'all. How long y'all been married though?
6 months.
Oh
So
wow.
we did the marriage license June,
Gotcha.
but we've been together since December.
Okay.
We got married, and where we had to redo those marriage licenses because of mail. So we done
Gotcha.
marriage license over July 22nd, and that was God too because that's when our wedding is next
Gotcha.
year, and it's on the same day.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
So this is what we're gonna do because we're getting to a point we're getting ready to close out. So
Okay.
I wanna release both of y'all. I'm gonna ask the man of God to go first. What would you just say to anybody?
Mm-hmm.
What would you just say to anybody, whether it's dealing with relationships, whether you struggling with your relationship with God, or you just struggling with just whatever? What's in your spirit? What would you tell somebody?
Yeah. First and foremost, I would tell them that, but that is a awesome good question. And I would just basically tell them to build a prayer life.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Learning how to pray.
That's right.
And when you learn how to pray, learn how to talk to the Lord,
That's right.
be honest. You know,
Be
God
real.
ain't looking for no special ways of how you pronounce your words. Just being real with God. You know, just open up. You know, however it comes out, God already know.
That's right.
He's omnipotent God. Y'all know it. I'm impressed everywhere at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So just build a prayer life and learning how to talk to the Lord and be honest.
That's right.
In your prayers with the Lord. And I guarantee you that it will be a beginning of a new relationship that you and the Lord, and you don't have to share with anybody else, that the Lord, let's just be a relationship with the Lord. Get to know who God is, and He will guide you in His Word if you let Him.
That's right.
But the main thing is being open and honest with the Lord.
That's right.
Build a prayer life. And that's the first stage.
That's right.
And the Lord will take it from there once you make a connection with the Lord.
That's right. That's right. Now, woman of God, yours is going to be a little bit different, and I'm just going to keep it real, and I'm just going to say it how God's showing it to me, how God giving it to me.
All right now.
What would you tell a young lady that's out there running these streets around there being a hoe?
Oh, geez.
I would tell her what I tell them all. In order for you to do better, you got to know better.
You gotta
That's
know
right.
better, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of that stems from home.
From home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it all depends on who raising you.
Mm-hmm.
Because
right.
now you got babies raising babies.
That's right.
And then they want to be like everything they see on social media.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I would tell them is get a personal relationship with Christ.
That's right.
And you will start seeing a change because that personal relationship with Christ would have you being an orange, a neighbor orange, and God peeling everything off of you. It's not like Him. And then your insides will start being changed first. Then it'll come out on your outside. That's why I tell a lot of people when these young girls come in the church, or if they come into the conference or whatever, don't look at them like that.
Yeah.
Because that's all they got to put on.
That's
Yes.
all they got.
Come in,
Say
You got
that.
to love on them.
That's
That's
And
a
right.
let
wisdom. Say that.
God,
Say that.
let God change their appearance.
Yes.
We just glad they had a mindset to come
That's right.
because they wanted to hear something. But
That's right.
you have to have a personal relationship with God, and He'll start doing like we peel an orange. God will start peeling things back.
That's right.
Yeah, you used to dress like that, but now you don't.
But now
Yeah,
you
you used to deal with all these different men, but now you don't.
That's right.
Yeah, you used to wear them Daisy Dukes and everybody could see your glory, but now you don't. No.
Yeah. But for real though, for real.
Personal. Yeah, them Daisy Dukes, them all the time.
All
I've
of
been
that.
there, done that. But God changed me. He changed me. I used to love a good pair of Daisy Dukes. I wanted them to be Daisy. And I won. But when I found out
Crazy.
what and who I was in the Lord, that changed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything about me started changing. And it started at home. I
Yeah.
raised young children. I raised a young man and a young daughter. My son told me, all right, mama, see all them clothes on the back of that closet? They done changed from them club clothes to church clothes.
That's right.
Now I have to go to the military. That's what my boy told me.
Yeah.
So if he didn't see a change in me, he felt like he couldn't leave and be who he needed to be.
That's
So
right.
when you get that personal relationship with God, He'll start peeling everything away from you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because I want to tell them this: a man don't want a woman that's loose.
He don't want you.
A man don't want a woman
A
that's
real man.
For the streets.
a real man and
A real
showing all her glory.
Showing all your candy. I don't want that.
That's it. Cover it up and give them something to think about.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to tell them. Cover up and give a man something, let his imagination run wild, but develop a personal relationship with Christ.
Yes. Yes.
And God will peel everything away.
All right. If you don't mind, it's okay.
No.
One more thing before we go. One more thing before we go. If somebody need to get in contact with y'all for ministry engagements or anything like that, if they want to seek y'all for mentorship, how do they get in contact with y'all?
Well, we're both on Facebook, Cleveland
Okay.
Morgan, Tameka Morgan.
Okay.
The inbox is open.
Okay.
And information, when you click on the inbox, it's going to come straight to our phone.
Okay.
And we'll give contact information from there, and they can give us theirs while they in the inbox, and that's how we use it.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I believe that's it.
Yes.
I believe that's it. If there's nothing else,
No, that's it.
I believe that's it, y'all. That's it. We
Thank you
definitely
so much.
thank y'all for coming
Thank
on
you.
and
Beautiful.
doing what y'all do.
Thank you for having us.
Most definitely.
Most
Most definitely. And y'all will be back to tell some more buck naked truth.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you
Tell
so
some more
much.
truth.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
Miss
to meet you.
Regina.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right. God bless y'all.
God bless you both.
God bless you.
We can send it off. We can say goodbye to everyone if you want.
Oh, bye.
okay.
I'm sorry.
That's why I'm looking down. I'm like,
I know, we just like, huh? Bye, everybody. See you next time.
All right.
We like, huh?
They're
Duh.
like, huh?
We just sit there
I'm looking around.
I'm looking around.
I'm like, what is this?
We're still laughing. Keep laughing. Keep laughing.
That was an awesome show.
That really was.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah,
That was pretty good.
so.
That was pretty good. And we flowed with them just like we wanted to. Like
Yeah.
we said,
Yeah.
we flowed with them just
That
like
was,
we wanted to.
yeah.
Just like we said. We
I
just
have
flowed.
more questions, but I was like, no, God needs to really hear more
Exactly. Yeah.
from them, and I
Yeah,
really
God,
appreciate her.
And I believe the people needed to hear from them.
Yeah.
People wanted to.
Yes.
People wanted to hear from them.
Yeah.
That's all right. We'll have that.
You know, I always
We're all.
so